What are the steps in serving documents?
This is the third of 3 videos from Legal Aid Ontario.
This video will help explain what steps are involved in serving documents. After watching this video, you should be able to know who receives the served documents and under what circumstances,
Know where to look to find out the timelines and deadlines for serving documents,
and understand what an affidavit of service is, also called Form 6B, how to complete one, and how to get a commissioner to sign it. When serving documents, you must find out if you must serve the documents to the other party or to their lawyer if they have one, what method you are required to use to serve the documents, whether you are allowed to serve the documents yourself or whether they must be served by a third party, and what the deadlines are for serving documents according to the family law rules. The first step in serving documents is to find out who the documents should go to. You will need to know if the other party in this case has a lawyer of record. This means the lawyer's name is on the current court documents, or the lawyer has told the court they are on the record. If you are starting a case, or there is no lawyer of record yet, you need to arrange to serve the documents to the other party directly. Depending on the type of document you are hoping to serve, you may have to use special service, regular service, or substituted service. We talk about this in the video about different types of service.
The type of service is important because it determines whether you or someone else can serve the documents. With an application or a motion to change, you must use special service, which means that someone else 18 years or older must hand-deliver the documents on your behalf to the other party or their lawyer of record. You can't serve the documents yourself. Most other documents can be served by you or someone else who is at least 18 years old through regular service. This is all explained in more detail in our video on types of service. The next step is to find out the deadlines for serving the documents. You have to serve and file the documents in the timelines indicated in the Ontario Family Law Rules so that all the parties have the information they need. With an application which starts a case, you must serve the documents before the scheduled court date if you want your case to proceed at that time. Otherwise, it will be pushed to a later date. Other documents must be delivered within specific timelines. Family Law Rule 6 sets out the deadlines for each type of document. The Legal Aid Ontario website also has information that can help you. Once you've determined who should get the documents, what method of service you should use, who can serve the documents, and what the deadlines are, the documents are now ready for service. The next step is to serve the documents, using the required method of service delivery and the appropriate person to do that, whether that's you or someone else.
It is important for whoever actually served the documents, whether it is yourself or someone else, to fill out an affidavit of service. This is Form 6B of the Ontario Court Forms. This proves to the court that the documents were served. In this form, the person serving the documents explains where, when, and how they delivered which forms to the other party. You will need to make sure that the person who served the documents completes a separate affidavit of service for each person served and for each day documents were served.
First, you fill out the name of the courthouse where the case is being heard. If this is a new application and you are starting the court case, then in this form, you are the applicant. Put your name and address in that field. If you have a lawyer,
their name and address goes in the form too.
The other party in the case is the respondent. Put their name and address in that field. If they have a lawyer, their name and address goes in the form too. Where it says, "My name is," and "I live in," the person who served the forms needs to fill out who they are and where they live. Remember, when special service is used, or if you use someone else to serve the documents, they are the one who will have to fill out the form. Under Section 1, list the documents that were served. In Section 2, check what type of service was used, having made sure you were allowed to use that method beforehand. Then answer all the other questions based on the information you've been given.
If this is for a motion to change, which is continuing a case that's already been started, then your name needs to go where it was in the original application. That means if you are the respondent in the original application, your name needs to go under Respondent.
The affidavit of service needs to be signed in front of a Commissioner of Oaths. In Ontario, you can also do this in front of a lawyer.
For family law matters, you can usually find a Commissioner of Oaths at the courthouse.
Once the form is filled out and signed, you need to file it along with the original versions of the documents that were served in the court file, which is called the continuing record. Without this affidavit of service, you will usually not be able to file your documents, and the court will not be able to consider them. If you want to learn more, the Ontario Family Law Rules set out the different types of service, as well as information about timelines and other requirements.
Visit the Legal Aid Ontario website for a how-to guide on serving documents.
This video should not be considered to be a substitute for legal advice. You should talk to a lawyer or legal professional about your situation.